Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been a while since I've done a movie review. Time permitting, I haven't really had a lot of opportunity to watch movies, but today I did. I caught up on Brightburn. I have been looking forward to this film since that first trailer I saw last year. I think it came out. Finally arrived on 4K. I picked it up yesterday and I just couldn't wait to check it out. So I put it on the machine today and watched it, and yeah, it blew my mind. So the basic plot is this. What if Superman came to Earth and was raised by the Kents, but instead of becoming the superhero we all know and love, he became a sinister, murderous psychopath? From James Gunn and his brothers. So it was written by Brian, Mark, and James, and directed by David Yarovesky. So it stars Elizabeth Banks as Tori Breyer, David Demon as her husband Kyle Breyer, and Jackson A. Dunn as their son Brandon Breyer, the title character in the show. So much like Superman, spaceship crashes near a small farm, and the occupants, Mr. and Mrs. Kent, find the spaceship, in his case, Mr. and Mrs. Breyer, and there's a small baby inside, and they choose to raise the child as their own, i.e. Clark Kent, and in this case, Brandon Breyer. The movie plays along those lines. It's like a what-if tale of Superman, and I think it played it really well. So when I saw that first trailer, I was like immediately intrigued because I'm a big Superman fan. I grew up reading all the Superman comics. Christopher Reeve was my favorite Superman. Watched those films hundreds of times. Literally, I read all the comics. I got all the Blu-ray movies, and I like the new DC stuff as well with Henry Cavill. So Superman has been in my life for a long time. I've even got a Superman tattoo. So yeah, having this Elseworlds tale of Superman going dark was, yeah, it was good. And yeah, the movie does not hold back with the gore factor either. So this really does play as a genre mix, like if you crossed a superhero film with a horror. And yeah, in that regards, it's a brand new genre for me, and I've thoroughly loved it. I love horror films and I love my superhero stuff. So mixing those two up was really engrossing, and I liked the way it played out. So it's some pretty good performances. Elizabeth Banks is generally pretty good whatever she does, and David Demon, who I've not really seen before, were quite competent as the parents. You kind of had empathy for them. They're a good substitute, Jonathan and Martha Kent. So when things start to go wrong with their son, you can really start to feel bad for them. And Jackson A. Dunn as Brandon Breyer. Now, he was really good in the role. He's a bit of a strange looking kid, really small and, for whatever better word, dweeby. He's only like a little slight kid with a strange look to him. But the way he kind of just changed his expression from innocent to menacing was incredibly well done. Like this young, unassuming kid who suddenly will change just like that and have a murderous intent in his eyes was quite good. So I don't want to spoil the movie for you. I mean, if you know Superman, you kind of know the tale. But when it comes to the violence, yeah, this movie doesn't hold back either. So when Brandon goes bad and he decides to take out some of the characters, some really effective gore scenes in his films and a nice build-up of suspense as well. I don't want to spoil the film, but there's one scene I want to kind of like just put in your brain. I mean, what would happen if Superman decided he didn't like you, grabbed you by the collar, focused his heat vision on you, and burned your face off? That scene's in this movie. You're going to get some pretty gruesome stuff, and yeah, if you're having aversion to eye gore, you might not like a couple of scenes in this film. I really enjoyed the gross factor in this one as well, so that was good. And of course, the 4K transfer was amazing as well. No grain at all. This is a very crisp and clear digital representation of the movie, and the HDR really does come into play quite nicely too. Not a lot of color usage. It's primarily used in the fact that there's a lot of dark scenes in this film, and those dark, inky black scenes are crystal clear. When I was watching the trailer, there was a couple scenes where Elizabeth Banks was looking out at her son through the window and he was hovering in the background in the dark. And I could barely see him because the HDR wasn't there on my computer, but watching it on my big screen then, clear as day, you could see him hovering in the background, all menacing like, but it was crystal clear and you could see every detail. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I did have a lot of high hopes for this one. I went in expecting it to be good. Like, I was so excited to see this take on the Superman mythos. I had seen some reviews kind of dismissing it and not enjoying the film, saying that the first half was good and the second half fell apart. Well, for me, no. The whole thing was pretty consistent across the board. Like, it builds up the plot, you get to know the characters, and then it starts building some mystery, and you start asking questions about who this guy is, this young kid, where did he come from, why has he got these powers? And the second half is full-blown horror. Now, being a horror fan, I loved it. I lapped it right up. I thought it was amazing fun. It was so well done. And the icky gore factor really kind of like tickled my fancy. Not in a bizarre way, I just like horror films. This is what you get. So yeah, mixing up that genre, horror and superhero, really worked a treat for me. I'm hoping they do a sequel because, yeah, the movie has got another story in there somewhere. And I'll be excited to return to this world and see what else can happen. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. So if you are interested in picking up Brightburn and you like superhero films and you like horror films, definitely give it a go. I haven't checked out a side-by-side comparison of the Blu-ray and the 4K, but like I said, the 4K was very, very nice, and the HDR really does shine quite nicely as well, so check it out. Guys, hope you liked that mini review on Brightburn. It was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.